Hello, kids, how are you all? Hope you all are doing fine and are in good health. Kids, today I have a story from the book Sudha Murthy, The Magic Drum, and Other Favorite Stories. The title of the story is Haripant the Wise. So let's begin the story. During the reign of one of the Vijayanagar emperors, there lived a wise magistrate named Haripant. His wise verdicts were always fair, and people come to him from all over the vast kingdom so he could settle their disputes. In the city, there lived a greedy ghee merchant named Shiriyala Shetty. His shop always had 20 barrels of ghee, but of these, 15 would be good and the remaining 5 adulterated. He would mix the adulterated ghee with the good one and sell it to the people. This went on for a long time, till finally the people got tired of being cheated and complained to Haripant. Haripant got the ghee examined and found it to be adulterated indeed. He gave Shiriyala a choice of punishment. He could either drink the 5 barrels of adulterated ghee from his shop, or he could get 100 lashings or pay 1,000 gold coins to the treasury. Shiriyala started thinking. Losing 1,000 gold coins was too much and 100 lashings too painful. So he decided to drink up the 5 barrels of ghee. Oh my god. Let's see what is happening next. Though Shiriyala sold adulterated stuff in his shop, he had always made sure his own food was of the best quality. So after drinking 1 barrel of the bad ghee, he started feeling sick. By the 3rd barrel, he was vomiting. At this point, he decided to opt for the lashings instead. But his was a pampered boy, unused to do any hard work. After 10 lashes, he started trembling. By 20, he was giddy, and by 40, he was half dead. "Stop!" he screamed. "I will pay the 1,000 gold coins. Just let me go." Finally, Shiriyala had to pay the money, and he ended up suffering all the 3 punishments, something he would not forget in a hurry. The people of the city got to use only the best quality ghee in their food from then on. Another time, Gunkara, a poor coolie, was walking by Vibhandakara's clothes store. Vibhandakara was a rich merchant who owned a huge clothes store right in the center of the town. It was a winter morning, and Gunkara was carrying a large sack of waste from a nearby eatery to the rubbish dump. As he was passing by Vibhandakara's store, he slipped and fell. His sack opened up and the stinking waste lay all over Vibhandakara's shop floor. The merchant immediately started screaming, "Look at this mess! Clean it right away before my customers come." Trembling, Gunkara took a broom and bucket of water and started cleaning. He cleaned and polished till not a speck of dirt remained on the floor. But Vibhandakara would not give in so easily. "The floor is wet," he shouted. "Get a cloth and wipe it." Gunkara scratched his head. "I don't have any cloth on me," he said. "Anyway, by the time your customer comes, the sun will be out and it will dry up. Or you give me a cloth and I will wipe the floor." Now the merchant was even angrier. "Is this a warehouse of old clothes? Where will I get a spare cloth from? You take off your coat and wipe the floor with it." This was too much. Gunkara was wearing an old worn woolen coat, the only warm clothing he possessed. "I am a poor man," he tried to explain. "Some rich people like you gave me this used cloth for the winter. I use this coat to clean the floor. What will I wear? Please let me go." But Vibhandakara was adamant. "No. If the dirty smell persists after you go, no customer will come to the shop. I will suffer a big loss. My reputation will be ruined and I will become a pauper. So quick, take off your coat and clean up. By now, word of the argument had spread and a crowd had gathered. Haripant, on his way to court, heard the angry exchanges and pushed his way through the crowd. Everyone fell back. Justice would now be done, they were sure. When he had heard the entire story, Haripant turned to Gunkara. He said, "He is right. If you don't clean it up well, Vibandakara will suffer a huge loss. Take off your coat and clean the floor." A hush fell on the crowd. How could Haripant deliver such an unjust verdict? As the murmurs grew, Haripant held up his hand. "I am not done yet," he announced. "There is a second part to my verdict." Turning to the merchant, he said, "And you will compensate Gunkara's family for his untimely death." "What? Death?" howled an enraged Vibandakara. Haripant was calm. "Your complaint was based on an if. If customers smell the dirt smell, they would abandon your shop and you would be ruined. Similarly, if Gunkara loses his coat today, he may catch a cold and fever and die in a few days. His whole family depends on his earnings, so they may starve. Some of them might also die due to starvation, so you have to compensate his family." Haripant smiled as Vibandakara stood looking worried. "Gunkara, clean up," he said, and Vibandakara let him go inside the store and choose the best and warmest coat for the winter. The people who had gathered around applauded the clever verdict. So this is how Haripant, the wisest of all, did the justice. I hope you all will like the story, and please do share and subscribe my channel if you are new to it. Do spread it among your family and friends. Thank you so much. Thanks a ton.